Hello everyone. In today's video we will discuss some more APIs for handling the files. The first API here we are discussing is lseek. The use of this lseek function is to change the file offset to a different value. Thus, lseek allows a process to perform random access of data on any opened file, which means that whenever we open a particular file for reading the contents here, assume that we are reading the beginning of the file contents. Later on we are interested to read the content middle of the file contents. So in that case we need to perform the random access of data on a open file. So anyhow we are performing by using GUI, that is the one thing, but in the back end how the things will be happen is that it is by using lseek API if you are using the Unix operating system. Okay, so here lseek is playing an important role to perform a random operations. Now with respect to this lseek we are having the three arguments. The first one is file descriptor, second one is the position, then the third one is once. The first argument is file descriptor, nothing but it is an integer value. We are already familiar with that. Whenever we are open the file by using OpenAPI, then the return value should be file descriptor. Then the second argument is POS, which specifies byte offset to be added. Nothing but if suppose currently I am reading the content in the address location is 1000, and I am interested to read the contents of the location where assume that 1100, then I need to add the 100 byte value, nothing but address locations values. So in this case, the position specifies how many bytes you are adding here. That is important. Next, it is with respect to where. Then it is dependent on the third argument. That is what we can call as a once. Here, the once is having the three possible values. The one is a seek current, seek set, and third one is 6 and. The first one, seek current, which means that we are pointing to current file pointer address. I hope you are getting the point. Current file pointer means currently you are reading the contents is middle of the file contents. That is the current file pointer. With respect to that point, I am 100 points. 100 as address location. I am moving forward. So in this way, we are performing the random operation with respect to the current pointer. Then beginning of a file, nothing but wherever the current file pointer. Currently wherever the current file pointer, but I wanted to perform the operation from beginning of the file content. That is nothing but 0 position. Assume that. Okay, and that case I need to use the seek set. Then seek end. It is the end of the file. Usually this one is only applicable when you are performing the write operation. This end usually rather than read operation. If an lseek call will result a new file offset that is behind the current end of the file, two outcomes are possible. Which means that, say for example, currently we are reading the contents, yes, but we reach the end of the file. Yes, we reach the end of the file, but still we are reading the file. That indicate you are failure of the read API. So that is the reason if the file is open for read only, lseek will be failed. And the second possibility is that if file is open for write access, then lseek will be succeeded. What I told, that is with respect to the second. Okay, it will take the one more new position. And the third point is that the data between the end of file and the new file offset address will be initialized with the null character, means it is initialized by the 0 values until you are using that address locations. Okay, this is about the lseek API here. Next, link API, as the name indicate, it will create the new link for an existing file, which means that assume that I am having the one document file abc.doc. I wanted to access that abc file by using one more file name, assume that xyz, but the contents of the file should be same, but the links are two. One is the original link and one more is the new link what I created here. If you wanted to perform this kind of the operation, then I need to go for the link API. And usually one point you remember, this link API is with respect to the ln command. Already somewhere we used that one, ln command. It is establishing the hard link count of that particular file. Then the return value with respect to this link API is that if it is successful, then the link function returns the 0 value. Otherwise, link returns the -1. It is having the two arguments. One is the current link and second one is the new link. Here current link is nothing but the existing file, and second argument is nothing but the new path name you wanted to assign for the same file. Yes, it is just like, I will give the one example. If somebody is having the two names, it is one name is the official name and one more name is in home name, it is a calling different name. So both the person name is same. If I call, say for example, Santosh, then in home they are calling might be Anand. Here Anand and Santosh are, names are different, but the person is same. That way, here the link what I establishing for existing file, the file names are different, but the contents of that file should be same. Okay. As I highlighted the one point, this ln command can be implemented by using the link API here. Here what is given the example what I told with respect to the ln command. Just you can go through here line by line. These are some of the header files what we are using for this, and argument C is representing the total number of the arguments we are using for this program, and the argument vector is nothing but it is pointing to the individual arguments, nothing but command line arguments. Here the total number of the arguments we required for this file is, as I written the one message in the form of error message. If you get the failure, then this message will be printed on the screen. How many arguments? The command to be executed, this one, argument vector of 0, and this one is the source file name and this one is the destination file name. Okay. Assume that, as I taken the one example here, a.out file 1 and file 2. A.out is nothing but the command to be executed, and file 1 is nothing but the existing file name, and the file 2 is nothing but the new file name you wanted to assign for this file 1 here. So totally we are having the 3 arguments including what? Command. So the 3 is not equal to 3, then the return value is 0, as I am getting the if of 0. If of 0 means this statement is not executed. This what I having the C error statement is not executed. So in this case, the next statement to be executed is this if statement, link argument 1 and argument 2. Here what is the argument 1? It is pointing to the file 1, and the argument 2 is pointing to the file 2. That means we are creating the link between file 1 and file 2. Here onwards I can access the contents of file 1 either by using the file 1 or by using the file 2 here. If suppose this one gets failure, then the statement is link failure. When it is get failure, assume that the whatever the file name we specified here, file 1, it is does not exist. If that file is does not exist, then we are getting the error message. And one more thing what we need to observe here, the failure case here itself, assume that as I am having the 2 arguments, this one and this one, in that case 2 is not equal to 3, the condition is true, then the return value what I am getting is 1, so it is the if of 1. If of 1 is nothing but this statement to be executed. Thus usage is argument vector of 0, that is command to be executed, then source file name and destination file name here. Next, unlink. Unlink function deletes the link of an existing file. That means exactly it is the opposite operation of the link API here. This function decreases the hard link count attributes of the named file and removes the file name entry of the link from the directory file. As already we know that how we can establishing the link of the existing file. So if you wanted to remove that link, then I can go for the unlink API here. So if I remove this file, then the return value should be 0, otherwise return value is -1. A file is removed from the file system when it is a hard link count is 0 and no process has any file descriptor referencing that file. Means while deleting that particular file, in that case that file should not be referred by the any process. Okay, and it contains the only one argument. What I told, argument current link is the path name that referencing an existing link. Okay, so with respect to this file, whatever the link is there, that link will be removed here. So in ANSYS also we are having a similar function just like unlink here. The rename function does the similar unlink operation here. Means it is renaming as I'm having the XYZ is the one file name. I wanted to replace with this file name is by ABC. In that case, XYZ is overwritten by the ABC. In that case, no more XYZ is exist. Only current the file name is that is ABC only. Just like that, here unlink means is even though as I'm having the two file names, currently we can access only one file name because we are performing the unlink operations here. The implementation of move command by using link and unlink, this we can go through here. As per this file, we require the three arguments. One is the command to be executed, and the second one is the existing file name, and this is the new file name. Nothing but the one file name I wanted to rename with another file. It is just like XYZ is renamed with ABC, just like assume that. So for this, as I'm having the three arguments actually, but if I'm currently having only two arguments, what happens? We'll check it here. 2 is not equal to 3 here. Condition is satisfied. The return value is 1. Next, string comparison. Then argument 1 we will compare. Assume that as we know that for argument 1 and argument 2 are equal, then the return value is 0. Otherwise, the return value is plus or minus of positive integer, a particular integer. If I got the 1, then negation of that 0. Then what I got it here, 1 and logical OR of 0 is again 1 only. If of 1, this statement to be executed. Usage is that argument vector of 0, old link and new link. Assume that as I am having the argument count is 3, with the total count is 3, that is the file to be executed, first file name and second file name. Nothing but here a dot is nothing but move command related. So 3 is not equal to 3. So as we know that the condition becomes fails 0 as I am returning here. String comparison, argument vector of 1 and argument vector of 2. Nothing but we are checking this argument vector of 1 and this is the argument vector of 2. If both are same, then in that case the return value is 0. So the return value is 0. Then return value is 0. So here the negation of this return value is 0 means 1. So already what I got is 0 logical OR of 0 is nothing but 1. So as I am getting the 1 here, this statement is executed. Assume that if I am getting the string comparison is 1 here, so this count is 0. Then the negation of 1 is nothing but 0. So as we know, the 0 logical OR of 0 is nothing but 0 itself. So if of 0 means this statement to be executed. That one, else if link argument vector of 1, argument vector 2. We are establishing the link here first, and later on we are unlinking one. Nothing but this part name we are removing. That is ABC is replaced with XYZ here, because the second file name we take an assume that XYZ here. Okay. So this way we can use the link and unlink API here. Thank you.